All right, guys, time to step back in time. We're going to go back about 3 or 4 years to review a monologue that Kevin Samuels, gave. The title of that monologue is Men Start Winning at 40. This is so important that you stay locked into this. To me, this is one of his best monologues that he has ever given. And I think that if you're a man, no matter what the age, the advice that he's giving you, the frame of mind that he's giving you, the power and understanding who you are as a man that he is giving you is absolutely genius, and you should listen to it. Without further ado.
All right. At age 40, though, ladies and gentlemen, at age 40 is where the game changes. Shout out to Game Changer. At age 40, you have put in your 20 years. You have done the work of getting your body right. You've done the work of networking, failing, trying better, failing again. And now you've gone into the second phase of life. You should have been promoted at least three times by 40. By 40, you should have been promoted at least three times. And sometimes you may have to move companies to move up. You should have moved up at least three times. This is when you should be at the director phase of life, the regional manager, vice president. You are ready to win. This is the phase of life to where you take no prisoners. And this is the phase of life where guys got to become more and more aware, because this is the phase of life where
I'm a PhD.
Lose. They can no longer ride on the fact that black don't crack and they still look like they're hot enough to get in the club. I know so many women who are 35 plus who, when you look at their bodies, they are beautiful, but you touch them and they're soft. They work out, but it's not firm. It's not tight like it used to be, because gravity and time is the same on all of us. And why is this important? Because you need to understand at age 40, your mindset needs to remember at age 20 how you had to eat shit. Because so many women will be coming along your way who had nothing for you back in the day when you were
Beta.
Yeah, back in the day when he had nothing for you and they hitting you with the hey big head. And you're like, don't diss him. Don't be mean to him. Hell, talk to him, pick their brain, work with him if possible. And if you won't, dust a few of them off. But by no means do you get involved with them.
Yeah.
Shout out to Minister Jap. He has a phrase that I'm going to take. He says, you're too old to mold.
Already in just a 2-minute monologue on this one episode, he's calling out different content creators that he was cool in. I counted 2. But what he's calling out is so fundamentally true. He's saying that young men and young women that are adults in the dating marketplace, a young man is way less valuable because the things that men value out of women, the aesthetics, the personality, the femininity, these things are relatively easily achievable if you are gifted those genetics and you take care of yourself. Whereas the things that men are valued for, they require putting time into the gym to develop a high income earning skill, while you take care of yourself, while you work on your masculinity, while you work on your mouthpiece, your ability to talk to women. So as a man, if you're living correctly, you are increasing in value, hitting your apex around 40 years old. But at the same time, women are decreasing in value in the dating marketplace.
There used to be a brother running around the manosphere, on the manosphere street, talking about he doesn't deal with women over 25. I think that's a bit young. But the general sentiment is, if you are a woman and you are cute, pretty, beautiful, and or gorgeous, that's 6, 8, 9, and or 10, and you have never been married, there's something wrong with her. 100% of the time, there is something wrong with her. She might be feminine. She is likely beautiful. She may say all the right things, but but somewhere there is a flaw in her mindset. And those are the women who are going to start coming out of the woodwork. These are the women who I talk to with the most to try, because they're really trying to understand, how do I correct this behavior? I didn't hear this information growing up. I didn't see it growing up. But look, I have mismanaged my prime years, and I'm trying to salvage it. They freezing eggs. They're taking all kind of tests. And here's the thing.
He's got a sound effect for it.
I don't begrudge them.
That's wild.
Any of this stuff, except one problem. They're dating in their late 30s.
Like they were in their 20s.
Like they're in their 20s.
Yeah.
And you can't do that. And see, so many guys in their late 30s, you know, when we're hitting the time where it's time to start winning, guys are like, you know what? Mm-hmm. Well, you know what? It's time for me to go ahead and decide to settle down. But you don't settle down with these women, gentlemen. You don't settle down with these women. Why don't you settle down with these women? Because they'll ruin you. They'll ruin you because their software, their mindset is what you're going to deal with. Remember, you don't deal with the woman's what comes out of her mouth. You deal with her actions, and her mindset will tell you everything you need to know. Her mindset is modern woman. I don't care what they say. Her mindset is modern woman. And a lot of women get mad at me for saying that, because a lot of women think that they are traditional women, but no, they're not. They're not traditional women, because there's no way you could got to be a traditional woman and you're still single into your 30s. None. No way. No way you could have been a traditional woman and got to be single, especially if you have the cute, pretty, beautiful, and/or gorgeous. Because guess they've had men come by. They've had suitable men come by. They've had relationships. Many have been engaged. But you know how many women that you'll find at this age who, if they're honest with you, they'll tell you, I've had opportunities, but it's always something. You know what it tends to be? It's that job. It's anything. It's not being able to follow men. So why are men winning at this area of life? Because
you are nothing but a dirty, stinking, low-down hyena.
Because there are a lot of women that got the hyena mindset. They got the hyena mindset at this time, at phase of life. And the most important thing you can do is understand that that's who they are. Don't get mad at them. Just avoid them.
Just avoid them. And the thing is that you also have to be very understanding of the type of language that they may use in order to course correct you towards a direction that makes them more viable. Okay. These are the type of women that will shame you for finding women 10 to 15 years your junior, 25 to 30 years old, more attractive than women your same age. So they might say something to you like, ooh, you like them young? Huh? That's disgusting. Or they might hit you with the, ew, you like them skinny. You like skinny girls like that? Shaming your preference of normal, much more normal BMIs, which is more normal or natural the younger that they are. But just like Kevin said, hear it, make it go in one ear and come out the other. Let's go.
Because there is nothing you can do with a hyena.
His sound effects game was on one.
That's what it sounds like when here in Atlanta or around the country, where I hear a bunch of these women, 3 or 4 to a group, out here doing their girls' night or whatever it is, what it is. That's what you hear, a bunch of hyenas. And then they get mad at you because you come in there doing this. You come in there roaring like a lion. They're like, ooh, look at him. Girl, he look like he's CIA. Shoot, he even look like he's a bag. Yep. And then they got the nerve to be looking at you like a whole snack. They're looking at you like a whole snack. And then you roll over. But then here's the funny thing. You know what the funny thing about all this is, guys? they're looking at you like you still back on the college campus, right? And what do you see? What do you see when you see these women? And they're looking at you like
28
hey,
BMI.
how you doing? Hey, big head. And then they roll up to you, and you're like,
Get out of here.
I can't get with you.
Beat it.
And then if you have, and then they ask you or your opinion about something, then out of your mouth comes traditional man, masculinity, manhood, hierarchies, gender roles, all that kind of stuff. Then
lose their mind.
You spot the undercover Shirley, and you call it out. Hey, Shirley, and what do you hear?
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
Shirley, you can't be serious. And she's like, I am serious. Don't call me Shirley. Let me get this right. You are 5'4", 170 pounds, $200,000 in student loan debt. You want to have 39 years old. You want to have 3 kids, and you don't have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant with the first child. And you don't want to have to you don't want to have to work or be responsible for more than 10% of the family bills. Yet you want to travel, you want to open your own business, a daycare, a spa, everything else. You can't be serious, Shirley.
Surely you can't be serious.
And they're all over Atlanta, all over. But what I thought he was going to call out is that when a man projects confidence within his masculinities and delineates roles that he would expect in a relationship, that the women would begin to run the other way. And it made me think back to that Tracy Ellis Ross interview. Woman who's in her 50s has to date younger because men her age or older ain't putting up with her feminist ass mindset. Let's continue.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
I know. And then they get, and then when you actually say, well, how's that supposed to work? Guy gonna figure it out. And then here's the funny thing: guys like run into these women at 40 years old, and they start asking, "Slick ways." So what do you are you on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube? Yeah.
Pocket check.
You ever watch any relationship or dating content? Yeah. You ever watch Kevin Samuels?
This is a certified hood classic.
Right.
All you want to do to piss women off is ask them if they watch my content.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's what her eyes do. They're like, holy shit. This
He's gonna hold us accountable.
watches Kevin Samuels?
Yeah. Hyenas.
I gotta go.
Fuck this shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks.
That's what they do. Gentlemen, I have become your best line of defense. You want to screen a woman? All you have to do is say, "Oh, what kind of content do you watch online?"
Yeah.
And if she says she does not watch me, go ahead and leave.
Holy shit, look at that rabid hyena just ripping this guy's nuts off.
If she doesn't watch my content, guys, what do you think that means? If she doesn't watch my content, or if she does watch my content and she has a problem with it, what do you think that means? What do you guys think that means? That means she's already pre-screened to not be one for you. Yep. She's already pre-screened to not be one for you. So your godfather is out here doing work even when I'm not working.
It's so crazy to think that during this time, right? This is 3 to 4 years ago. And it's less so now because he's been gone now for 3 years. But this amount of time ago, he was the litmus test for the modern woman. You throw his name in a conversation, you can already pinpoint who's going to be the problem child, who you should never take serious, because you already know that their mindset is not one of somebody who holds themselves accountable, can put a mirror up to their face and change their actions, say, "I'm sorry," or "I was wrong" in a situation. She most likely rejects the power of femininity in a woman and sees no need for it. You ask her, what value can you deliver to a man within a relationship? And she has nothing to say, or she says that she is the table. They're not looking for leaders. They're not looking for men. Sometimes unbeknownst to them, they're looking for partners or men that act like they're homegirls.
Do you watch Kevin Samuels content?
Holy shit.
Then you watch her talking to some beta boy over there and be like,
Holy shit, look at that rabid hyena.
He's
just
popping
ripping this
off
guy's
with
nuts
the-
off.
and you just
sound
when you're walking
effects.
out like, God, I survived. I made it to 40. I got no kids. She's over there freezing eggs. And they're telling you it's all the men's fault. It's your fault. You hate your mama. You're undercover gay. Your mama black. Gentlemen,
Sign language.
at 40 is when you start to live. And at 40,
Start to win.
And look at you. You're average at best.
at 40, that's about as good as they can expect. Because every decade they lose a point. I want you to imagine a woman who's a straight up solid 9, a unadulterated 9 in college.
Holly Berry
When she
back in the day.
reaches- When she reaches age 30, she automatically drops to an 8. She drops to an 8 just by default. She drops to an 8 by default. And you know what happens? You go up. Men, we go up. Ladies go down. So you go up and she goes down. Then at 40, the woman who was a 9 now is an adjustable 6 at best. But are they dating that way? No, they're dating as if their value has gone up with their age, their debt, their weight, and their income in some cases. And what you do, gentlemen, is you just avoid these women. Guys, at age 40, you write a list of your absolute deal breakers, your non-negotiables. And it is my personal opinion, especially in your personal life, don't have women in your life that are not feeding your ego, who don't respect you on your terms. See, a lot of women, disrespect is not calling somebody their name. I said this when I was watching the Peep Network, and they were talking about some stuff that Kay does all the time. Kay is mad disrespectful, but she doesn't think she is, because calling somebody out of their name is a form of disrespect. But doing something people disapprove of, and you knowingly know they disapprove of it,
That's disrespectful.
and you can choose to not do it, is being provocative, which is being disrespectful. See, guys, we spend so much time and especially in Black community, we'll spend so much time debating and arguing with our women. We're just used to it. And we have to be the ones that stop. We have to be the ones that stop engaging women in the bullshit. Remember the whole OnlyFans Subway thing, or the whole what was that thing when I did with the 3 chicks at one?
I find that men that grew up in female-dominated households, ones where, let's say it was them, they didn't have brothers, and it was a whole bunch of sisters or women, aunties, they generally would have more patience in dealing with conversations like that, unbeknownst to them, because there's a degree of over-mothering and under-fathering within that situation. It is normalized to them. Shit, one of my boys went over to his house. Now, he's the only guy, right? Like all women in his family. And he walks into the house and all I could hear was cackle, scream. He's just walking through the house talking to me like normal voice. And it's like, bro, you don't hear all of that? Like they at each other's necks. You don't hear it? And it just, but because that family situation is his normal, it's like he's blind and deaf to it. Let's go.
You don't engage. It's not a debate. You're looking for women who are serious women, who are not just wanting to travel, have fun, this and such and so forth. So at 40, life begins for a man at 40. It's the best part of life. You still get the benefit of being a young enough man, but you are wise enough to get shit done. You got some gray hairs, and you know that you don't have to rush. It's good for a man who's done the right things. But if you haven't done the right things by 40, gentlemen, I suggest you get, I mean, if you're not putting in the 60 hours, because this is where it shows up.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Many of you guys are football fans. And you know the fourth quarter is where the work in the gym shows up, the road work, the conditioning. At 40 is where all this shows up. At 40 is where you start making distance between people. At 40 is what starts separating the men from the boys, as it were. Now, are you in a position to take advantage of that? Are you in a position to take advantage of your 40s? And that's the real question. A lot of guys aren't in a position to take advantage of their 40s. So what you need to do is look and say, do I have my wolf pack? Am I fit? Am I an athlete for life? Am I putting in my 60 hours? Am I doing all the stuff? Do I have my network together? Do I have my masculine image together? And this is one area where most men fail. Many men have all this stuff on their career, everything else, but you're still dressing like you dressed in college.
I feel like Kevin was talking directly to me when he was saying that. If you guys remember back in like 2019, man, I used to get on camera with a do-rag on. Hoodied up, do-rag on. All right. I mean, I was 33 at the time, but still, I was a consultant at a major institution. I was doing my damn thing. There's no reason I should have been presenting myself like that within my image online. I remember when I linked up with Kevin and he took a look at my Jordans and he judged them. he judged them. And I know for damn sure if he judged me on my Jordans, he would have judged me on them damn orange wallabies that some of y'all fought for a couple of videos ago. But I digress. But by 40 years old, I would even say years before that, you should figure out what's the masculine image that you want to present. I know mine is traditional masculine, all right? It has an emphasis on a much more classic look, understated look, not big, bright, bold colors or nothing like that, but it has an emphasis on quality, functionality, and tailored fits, right? So I'm wearing more neutral colors, not designs and everything on the things that I'm wearing, and focusing on well-made pieces. And Kevin may disagree with me on this, right? Because he was a Tom Ford guy, but I think you could pull off that look without breaking the bank.
Sorry, gentlemen, it won't work. Take off the damn graphic t-shirt, Jordans, jeans, and fitteds. Absolutely unacceptable. I saw somebody saying, white boys can grow their hair out and grow hair long, but black men got to cut their hair. That's bullshit. Shut the fuck up. When our ethnic image tops in, we can start making rules. Until then, shut up. Stop being such a rebel.
All right.
And play the game.
That's real.
See, as an image consultant, you don't come pay
about
me
results.
to help you reconstruct your image just to do the same shit you did before. You dress for outcomes as a grown damn man. Now, on my channel, when I was becoming an image consultant, you can watch me try every style personality.
Yeah.
I went through times where I had plaids, colors, different textures, different patterns.
They were bad too, some of them.
Accessories, you know. And I sat down with my own image consultant after I learned the business. I'm like, okay, what is my style? Now you guys see, I have it down. But I left all of that up so you can see where the evolution came from. Go back over my channel and you can see a guy like you that just decided to do the work.
Yeah. There's a video on my channel. Matter of fact, I'll link it down below, called The Evolution of Kevin Samuels. And it shows how he evolved over time. I took the time out to consolidate his different style profiles since he was on YouTube to show his evolution to what he found right here. And through the results that he received, through the image that he was projecting, and then also him being so smart and being able to consolidate a lot of these different talking points, as complicated of talking points that they are, to distill them as easy as it was to listen to them, created the chaos that we all have come to know. Let's finish up.
Esquire, GQ, Bachelor. Okay? But what is your masculine archetype? Refined. That's somebody kind of like myself. The rogue or the rake. I've already described these. You can be a refined tiger, a rakish tiger, a rogue tiger. You can be a refined lion, a rakish lion, or a rogue lion. We don't deal with the hyena mindset male over here. Just like we don't entertain hyena mindset or mule mindset women. What we do with women like that is we avoid them. The only way we don't avoid them is if we can profit from it. The only reason we don't avoid women like that is if we can profit from the association.
Yeah.
Meaning, when I finish Men's Week and I talk about the attorney, the realtor, this, the that, the avagers, the averagers.
Yep.
I profit from the association from a lot of different things because I can better speak to it. But my ultimate goal is to make sure that you as a man understand that so many of you young guys want to get it all done in your 20s. You're not looking to realize about 40 is when it starts. At 40, you start living. At 40 is when you can decide to go, if you're a tiger, have your, go get your Harley.
All right, guys, I'm going to stop the content right here, but I'm going to leave a link to this entire video down in the description box down below. He goes on to talk about advice for men that are looking to get married, as well as having to deal with clarity within relationships. Go over, finish out the video, and learn. Soak up the game. And again, I'll leave another link down there of my video of the evolution of KS so you can see his transition. Oftentimes when I mentor young men in their late 20s, early 30s, they're under this idea that it might be too late for them, right? That they didn't work hard enough within their early to mid 20s and they feel so far behind. And I have to remind them that people like Kevin didn't really get popular or famous or extremely wealthy until he was in his 50s. Until he was in his 50s. And I have videos of him in his 40s looking crazy. All right, wearing a plaid shirt and a bow tie, and it looked crazy on the brother. All right, but even still, for him, and in his 40s, he was figuring it out his damn self. But I think that it's so important for men to understand the uphill battle that you must traverse, and that it won't be easy. Life owes you no favors, and they damn sure ain't gonna give you a path to follow. But it's incumbent on you to figure out all of these things out earlier, so that when you get into your 40s, you can absolutely win. And if you start earlier than that, if you start really working hard in your teens going into young adulthood, then you might be able to experience that winning feeling much more earlier than that. All right, guys, drop me your comments down below. Give me your thoughts, your opinions, your concerns, everything like that. Drop it down below. Let's have a conversation. Last but not least, my men's self-development community. Link to it down in the description box down below. Click that link, beam up, so we can encroach on conversations just like this one, especially if you have a focus on wealth building going into the future. It's a major focus on building financial independence. And then we talk all the manhood, masculinity, brotherhood, health and wellness things as well. So if you're interested, click in, beam up, and come join the brotherhood. Until next time, you two, peace. And above all, R.I.P. to the GOAT. R.I.P. to Kevin. Peace, y'all.
She belongs to the street.
Girl, don't hold my hand. You a mattress actress on the OnlyFans. Get your money, girl, but damn, how is that your only plan? What you gonna do when you get too old to strip and dance? Get up out your echo chamber screaming period and yes. You a low down dirty woman if you try to get knocked up by a high value